In this video, I'm going to talk about body shaming, self-hatred, and 4 steps to stop it. Sit tight. Welcome back to another video. My name is Jen Palco. I help people reinvent their reality. I'm also the author of the new book, 12-Step Guide for the Self-Help Book Addict. We're going to talk about body shaming today, self-hatred, all that kind of stuff. Why we do it, where it stems from, and I'm going to give you 4 very important tools in your tool belt to help stop it for good. So body shaming, it's pretty much this internalized feeling we have about ourselves because we're comparing ourselves to how other people look, or these preconceived notions of how other people look in society, and it creates this, what our brain perceives as us not matching up to them, us and them. So it creates this polarization effect, right? So what are some things that you can do to stop this? This is something that many women struggle with. I've struggled with it, and it just seems to be part of society. It's like, if you're a woman, you need to just have self-esteem issues and body shaming issues and feel bad about your body half the time. And I want to say, no, you do not have to feel bad about your body. You can shift it, you can change it, but it does require you to become aware of a few things. Number one is detachment. Detaching from all the ideals of society, of where you're picking up these preconceived notions within you. And it requires a little bit of awareness. So you have to really dig the layers of yourself and find out, where are these preconceived notions coming from? Where are these idealizations coming from? They're coming from somewhere. They're not just coming from your head. They're not truth, right? They are perception. And it all comes down to perception. So you have to look, are you getting it from magazines? Was it something somebody said to you as a kid? Are you looking at, do you have friends who you feel are skinnier than you? Are you seeing models on TV? I mean, obviously a lot of this stuff we know comes from social media, it comes from just the media as a whole, comes from magazines, television, celebrities who look, bone thin. And we feel suddenly that we need to look like them. We see fitness models, right? It's marketing. We see TV commercials. So you have to dig the layers and find out, where are your main ideals coming from, okay? And you have to learn to detach from that. And what I mean by detach is to be on a place where you can remain neutral with it, where you can observe what's going on, but you're not engaging with it, you're not invested with it. And it is hard. It is hard because what happens is this stuff gets ingrained in our subconscious mind, right? We have our subconscious mind, which is unconscious, and we have our conscious mind, which is what the mind we're aware of, how we're making decisions. So a lot of this stuff goes back deep into our subconscious mind, our programming. We are like computers. Our brains are like computers, right? We get programmed from a very young age. And a lot of this stuff is from a very young age. So it could be from something in grade school, it could be something even earlier than that, something our parents said to us. It could be anything. So you have to dig the layers and look back. Okay, number 2 is practicing positive self-talk. And I know you've probably heard this before. Look in a mirror, tell yourself that you love yourself, and all this bubbly stuff. But if you're not feeling it, then what happens is something called a conscious-unconscious conflict, which means that consciously, the part of you that is awake is telling yourself, I love you, you look beautiful, you're great, and blah, blah, blah. But unconsciously, that subconscious mind, the past programming, is telling you, no, you're disgusting, you're ugly, blah, blah, blah. You're fat, you're never gonna make it, all the negative stuff. And it creates this conflict, okay? What you want to do, you have to match this to this. It's the only way. Otherwise, practicing self-talk is a waste of your time. It is. So, how do you match this with this? It goes back to analyzing those ideals, but not just that. It is what you are telling yourself, what you are saying. So, this leads me to number 3, is to focus more on the spirit part of you than the physical part of you. The physical part of us, this is just our bodysuit, if you think about it. If you're not spiritual, that's okay. Spirituality has nothing to do with religion or any kind of woo-woo magic stuff. It is about getting to know ourselves again, loving ourselves from the inside out and not the outside in. I always say this. We cannot look for things external of us to fulfill what's in here, in our heart. So stop thinking from here and all the other senses, right? The conscious mind does, and start thinking more from here, from your heart. That is going to shift things for you. So the more you nourish your spirit, the more, when you look in that mirror, you can tell things to yourself and they'll be more authentic. So the less you focus on the physical part of you. So if you're not feeling it, if you're saying, all right, my butt is big, but I'm going to tell myself in the mirror that you have a great butt. No, don't do it. Instead, there's got to be something positive about yourself that you do like, physical or not. Maybe it's part of your personality. Maybe it's your laugh. Maybe it's your eyes. You have beautiful eyes. You have a beautiful smile. What is something that people tell you all the time that they give you compliments for? There is something in there that you can pull out and use. Again, in your tool belt, toolbox, whatever you're carrying around, that can be your secret weapon. Can be. Because that, you're going to use that, and you're going to use that for your positive self-talk. So it's about nourishing the spirit. It's about going within. It's about finding what you like about yourself. So many times, especially us women, we're so concentrating on all our flaws and what's ugly about ourselves and what we don't like or what we don't have. How is that a way to live, right? Can't we shift that in society? We're like society, right? Let's not go with the idealizations of society anymore, of making everybody feel bad because they want to sell a product, right? And start focusing on the good parts of ourselves again, okay? And it's going to be a challenge because, again, we're in these physical, dense bodies, but these are just our meat suits, but underneath it, think about what's underneath it, your heart. Tap into that. And number 4, to help you stop body shaming, self-shame, self-guilt, is to learn to be okay with not being okay. Learn to be okay with not being okay. Sounds ridiculous, right? No, it's not. Realize that you are a human being. You have human emotions. You are allowed to feel bad about yourself. Okay, you don't want to dwell on it so much that it brings you down, but you are okay to have days where you feel bad. It's okay. You need to surrender to that and realize that as a human being, we're going to have days. We're going to not feel so good. We are going to compare ourselves to other people. That's just in our makeup, right? Again, past programming. It's not an easy thing to fix, but the more you fight it, the more you resist it, the worse it becomes. It's like law of attraction, right? What you put out there, if you're putting out negative stuff, right? I'm fighting with you. I'm fighting with you. I don't want this. You're going to get more of it. So surrender, ease, and again, it's about detachment. It's about getting to a place of neutrality more than just making it into this huge thing, putting it up on a pedestal, making it so important, right? Focusing so much on it with just our linear minds. No, it's about tapping into here. It's about being okay, not feeling okay sometimes. It's okay. Cry if you need to cry. Let it out if you need to let it out. Punch it out if you need to punch it out. The more you bury emotions and you repress emotions, the worse it becomes. Okay? It's like a pot of boiling water or something. If you don't let the steam out, it's just going to explode or something, like a pressure cooker. Right? It's the same with you. You're going to explode if you don't let it out or you don't allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. It's okay. So those are just my 4 tips. I think they're really important to keep in the back of your head always. It does take some effort to shift this kind of stuff because, again, it goes back from a very young age, or it's just ingrained in us, and it's hard with society telling us one thing and we want to believe something else, right? There's a conflict there. But the more you detach from what society is saying, and the more you learn to tap into here, this person, that person, you. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is you. And truth is only your perception of truth. There's no such thing as truth. It's all what we perceive. So all of our reality around us is a reflection of our internal thoughts and beliefs. So if you're going about your day hating yourself, then your reality is going to suck. But if you find a way to nourish your spirit and love the things about yourself, you're naturally going to become more beautiful in your own eyes. And naturally your reality will improve, and naturally just things organically thrive for you and improve. And this is not woo-woo BS. This is truth. You're working from the inside out, okay? Not attaching to things outside of you. It's so important. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know. Leave me a comment below if you would. I put out new videos every single week, so please subscribe. And you can catch my new book. I'll put the link to that below, 12-Step Guide for the Self-Help Book Addict. And I will see you on the next video. Peace.